For many Koreans, turtleneck doesn't mean a type of shirt with a collar covering the whole neck. It means a posture caused by looking at a smartphone or a computer monitor for many hours. Forward head posture is the right English expression, but Koreans call it Turtleneck Syndrome because with this change in your posture, you look like a turtle sticking its head out. According to government statistics, more than 2 million Koreans visited clinics for the quote-unquote syndrome last year. The number of patients is on the rise as people spend more hours of the day staring at smartphones. It may feel like a minor problem at first, but if you continue to maintain this forward head posture without correcting it or getting a right treatment, it can lead to more severe problems such as a slipped disc. The solution is pretty simple. First and foremost, you are advised to spend less hours each day on computers and smartphones. When you look at your smartphone, it's better to look downward, only with your eyes, without tilting your head down too much. Lowering your head makes your neck bear heavier weight. In this era of information and technology, it's practically impossible to stop using computers or smartphones. Trying to use your device with the right posture is the best way to prevent you from feeling or looking like a turtle. Forward head syndrome is translated to turtleneck syndrome because people who have this condition resemble a turtle whose head is coming out of its shell. So we mention forward head posture, and we've also mentioned forward head syndrome. Forward head posture is the more common term, but I've also seen forward head syndrome. So we use the syndrome and posture as well. And then translated to turtleneck syndrome. So turtleneck, we only know turtleneck in English. Koreans say pola shirt, which is Konglish. But a pola shirt is a turtleneck. So I wore a turtleneck because it was cold. That's the collar that goes all around your neck. That's also featured in our Konglish book. Koreans describe people with symptoms of forward head posture, or FHP, as turtlenecks because their head is in a position similar to that of a turtle's head emerging from its shell. So again, forward head posture, it's also abbreviated sometimes as FHP in the medical field. And then finally, I said the turtle's head emerging from its shell. So if it's emerging, it means it's coming out. So if you look at a turtle, slowly the head comes out, it's kind of emerging or coming at you. To avoid forward head posture, try not to tilt your head at a downward angle. Bring the smartphone up higher and look at the screen with your eyes. So to avoid the forward head posture, try not to tilt your head. To tilt means to put your head at an angle. So you can tilt your head to the side, up, down, back. Tilt your head back. It's usually an instruction we use when we're trying to get someone's head to do something. Also, you can say, let's say you're sitting at a dinner table and it's slightly, off angle. You could say it's tilted, mean it's leaning to one side or one of the legs is uneven. So if something is not at a straight angle, it's slightly tilted. Looking down with your eyes without using your neck is one way to prevent forward head syndrome. There are multiple symptoms, including pain and soreness around your neck. If the symptoms worsen, you might get a slipped disc in your spine. So I said there's multiple symptoms, including pain and soreness. So sometimes when Koreans talk about their muscle pain, they say like, oh, my arm is sick, or, and it really hurts. So usually when we talk about pain in the muscle, it's soreness. So if you go to the gym, you lift weights, the next day your muscles aren't sick, they aren't hurt, they are sore. So soreness usually refers to kind of skin or muscle pain. And then finally, we said you may get a slipped disc in your spine. A slipped disc, also I'll talk about it later, is also called a herniated disc. It's when one of your discs in your spine is out of place. Either it gets hit with trauma, or one of the muscles is stronger on one spine than the other, and the other is weaker, and those stronger muscles are pulling on your spine, and which causes pain. So that causes slip discs, or also called herniated discs. Early warning signs of forward head posture can be neck and shoulder pain. If these symptoms go untreated, it could lead to a herniated disc. Younger people's bodies have not fully developed and are at a greater risk of developing forward head posture. These groups also have higher rates of video game addiction. The best remedy is less screen time. All right, so there's a lot in this sentence. So younger people's bodies have not fully developed. So when we talk about kids who are growing, teenagers, if you're 16, if you're still growing, your body is not fully developed. You're kind of a fully developed human at around 20 years old. Even your brain is not fully developed until it's 25. So once we say an animal, a dog, a human, when they're fully grown and cannot grow anymore, they are fully developed. And then these people are at a greater risk of developing forward head posture. So if you're at a greater risk of something, means you're more likely something bad will happen. For example, smokers have a greater risk or are at a greater risk of getting cancer. Race car drivers are at a greater risk of dying in a car because they're driving so fast. And then these groups have higher rates of video game addiction. So higher rates means if you have a group of people, there's a select. So if you have people, from age 1 to 100, teenagers have higher rates of video game addiction because they're playing it, they're out with their friends. So it usually is a trend or a higher number happens, so higher rates. And then the best remedy is less screen time. Remedy, we talked about it in some previous podcasts. It means a cure. And then screen time. So screen time is what scientists now and doctors are calling the amount of time you spend looking at screens. So that encompasses everything. Smartphone, video games, TV, computer. Looking at a screen is called screen time. So if you look at your iPhone, there's actually in English, there's a screen time monitor. So it shows how much screen time and what you're looking at on your screen. So all the doctors and educators now are saying we need less screen time. Younger people are more likely to develop forward head posture because their bones are still growing and they are likely to be addicted to video games. Hey guys, thanks for downloading. You can follow me at Matt Sam on Instagram, MATTSSAM. Also, check out the Konglish books. It's on Reedy Books. Thanks for downloading. We were number 3 in education this week, so we've gotten great feedback. And that's about it. Thanks for downloading and listening. Bye-bye.